Hey everyone, it's Evangeline here at eTrailer, and today we have the Saris MHS 1+1 base with the Duo tray. This is available as a single bike kit, but currently we have the Saris add-on just to show you what it'll look like if you wanted to expand this carrier. This is designed for 1.25" and 2" hitches. We're taking a look at how it fits here on our 2023 Tesla Model Y. So the first thing with this is it does take up less space compared to some of your other 2-bike platform racks. You still have the capabilities to tilt this rack away. Now with the add-on, you do have to reach underneath the tray in order to access that handle. But once you get the handle, you can tilt this back. You have a little bit of space back here past the bikes or between the bikes and the ground. So hopefully you don't get hit in the head with a bike. But this allows you to open up that hatch, get access to that large cargo space. You have plenty of space here to switch out your shoes if you want to, or grab things like your helmets, your waters, things like that, all without having to take your bikes off. To bring this back up, I do recommend holding on to the bike rack or the base instead of your bikes as you get this into position. So, what types of bikes are you planning on carrying? This combination here can carry pretty much any type of bike you have. The Duo tray is going to have a weight capacity of 80 pounds. Very impressive for an 1.25" or 2" bike rack. With the add-on, you're going to have a weight capacity of 35 pounds. So ideally, you'll put your heavier bike on the Duo tray, your lighter bike on the Uno tray. Both are secured with a wheel strap. And then the Uno tray has a front wheel mount, while the Duo tray has a dual wheel mount. Both have a wheelbase capacity of up to 50 inches. The Duo tray, though, can carry bikes with tires of up to 5 inches. And that's because you have that larger or wider cradle for those different tires. Now, with the front one in place, we're able to lower one tray or one mast, get our rear wheel strap out of the way. Then we're going to go over to our front wheel mount. If you struggle with pressing this lever, don't push too hard. Rather, my tip for you is pull on that cradle, and then that will give you a little bit of clearance so you can press that lever and drop that mast down to the ground. What makes this a bit more sturdy compared to other dual wheel mount racks is going to be that front wheel chock. So notice there how that chock is positioned just to make it easier to secure your bike and keep that in place on the tray. Now you can adjust for different wheelbases because that strap does slide back and forth, and then you secure that rear wheel with this ratcheting strap here. Bringing everything back up into place. This makes it a lot more compact and neat. Now let's talk about how much space is this going to take up behind your Tesla. Even with the add-on, you still don't take up that much room, but we'll measure from our bumper to the end of the rack, and that's 32 inches. So on par for some of your more compact 2-bike platform racks, taking off the add-on brings us even closer. So if you have small spaces you need to park in, or if you have a small garage, that's going to be a measurement to help you out. The next measurement is how high do you have to lift your bikes to get this up onto your Tesla rack. So from the ground to the tray, that's 20.5 inches. Over here is going to be 21 inches. This does have a different curve to it, but your add-on tray is going to sit a little bit higher than your Duo tray. And this gives you plenty of clearance for those steep inclines like driveways or hills, but nothing too crazy where it'll be difficult to get your heavier bikes up onto the rack. If you do find like you have issues though, make sure to put those cradles all the way down to the ground and ramp your bikes up. Another thing you can do with this rack is you can fold this up. So that handle is used to tilt the rack way, but also fold it up into your different positions. With the add-on, while this comes pretty close, it may make a little bit of contact with the rear of your vehicle in the completely folded up position. So I would recommend riding around in the angled position here. And that's just because you want a good amount of clearance between your bike rack and your car. This does have an 1.25" shank with a 2-inch adapter, which is what we are using. And while your hitch on your Tesla is pretty recessed, because of how far this sits, you do still have all that clearance. You have space for your anti-rattle bolt and your lock. The lock is not currently attached, but the lock cores included with this rack can be used to keep everything keyed alike. So that way, you can keep everything safe and secure and hold on to the keys so that you can access both the rack and your bikes with the same key. With everything working together, I like the Saris MHS if you're looking for something that gives a lot of sturdiness to your bikes. That dual wheel mount design means you have many more touch points on your bike compared to other dual wheel mounts. If you have, or if you're investing into a nice bike, you want to make sure you have a nice rack to keep it secure. The add-on works well to carry around a second bike when you need to, but can be very easily removed when you don't need it. But if you're looking at just a 2-bike platform rack, there are plenty of options out there. There's the Tire Hold HD, which has the same weight capacity, has the same design, but might be a little bit lighter for those in this application. But also without the add-on, this whole system isn't that heavy anyways, so still worth considering for its modularity. Now, you saw it right here on this Tesla. This was a look at the Saris MHS 1+1 base with the Duo tray here on the 2023 Tesla Model Y.